Hey guys, you know what being vain is? Vain is having too much attention on detail and your outer, external, superficial appearance. So, as you can see, my hair's messed up. The mirror is here, but I don't care. Often, YouTube channels, they're solely focused on just showing you cherry picked success stories. It doesn't matter what channel you go to. This is a credit repair channel, or at least it started out. More recently, I've been showing other content like psychology, fitness. As you can see, my body is absolutely perfect. And the thing is, I could sit here and show off only the good files or only like the good scenarios, but then that's not really telling you the truth or the full story. And it's best for you to understand the full reality of credit repair and what we do here. So let me just start out with the types of files that will not work, the types of things that will not work here, the types of customers we cannot help, the types of things that will result to a failure, the things that don't work, the things that have a really low success rate, and things that are just probably not going to work. So if you want to understand these, maybe you fit in this category, maybe you don't. So this will be a good video to understand where you might fit. We won't ultimately know until we analyze your credit report, analyze your file, get to know a little bit more about you, because how our system works is it's powered by AI. There's a system that I created in 2000, like 3 years ago, something like that. Before the pandemic, I created this system called ACAT. Well, actually, it was in the makings as early as 2000. Well, actually, earlier than me, because I learned this from a mentor. So our ACAT system, I took a page from the founder of Lexington Law's book, because this guy was a genius. There's like one guy that is like extremely good at credit repair, better than me, I guess. I think so, but he's kind of like a narcissist and like, yeah, crazy guy. I used to work with him, and he not the best business person to work with. Anyway, my company has jumped up and our clients have gotten similar results as he has. Of course, he's no longer the owner of Lexington Law. There's a board and they're doing whatever stupid stuff. Anyway, the stuff that he did in his brain, I encapsulated into a system called ACAT, and it stands for Automatic Analytic Credit Technologies. It's designed to bypass ACDV, which is automatic dispute verification, credit dispute verification. And that's a system that the bureaus have creditors collude with, and they basically jam up your disputes. It's like, and to make a long story short, it's a defense mechanism. And so throughout the process of credit repair, you might get stuck and you might feel like it's hopeless, because you might find the person that you hired is doing the same dispute. You might do the same dispute, or you might just like give up, because how the bureaus are responding is kind of like, it seems like they know what you're doing and they're stopping you. Well, I have hope for you, because there is definitely something that we're doing here, and in order to be successful, we have to evolve and we have to change. You can't do the same thing, expect different results. Although sometimes you can do the same thing, and it's not just the fact that you do the same thing, but it's the fact that you do the same thing in a different frequency, in a different pattern, right? It's like how Rome was defeated, pennies off the dollar. It was bombed by Germanic tribes over and over until it eventually collapsed. I wouldn't recommend doing that in credit repair, because it's like kind of like beating a dead horse. But what I will say is this: yes, there is a dispute frequency that you need to fulfill. And basically, let me get a good angle here. Basically, you want to make sure you do that. Now, I don't think we can help anyone, and I know we can't help everyone. So let's begin with the types of people that we cannot help. The types of people we cannot help are people that generally defrauded creditors, meaning they intentionally did not pay off the credit card, and they habitually have late payments and they continue to have late payments. Okay, first of all, if you're coming to a credit repair company and I see that you have a late payment that is recent, like last month and the month before, and your balances are not current. So if you hold substantial debt that is relevant, if you hold relevant debt, and what I consider relevant debt is debt that's relevant, debt that you have right now that you've not paid. Now, if things are written off and charged off status, those would be the ideal things for me to remove because they're so easy for me. Now, if you have an existing open credit card and you are not current on the balance and you are habitually late, that results to your problem. Like you have a defect in how you view credit and how you use and how you maintain and keep your promises. And interestingly enough, those types of people are the worst of clients because they can't even keep their word. They're very tricky people and just people that are just I don't want to typically deal with. Okay. Now, there are people that genuinely have messed up and they're okay and they're going about the steps to correcting those debts or at least closing accounts and making amends, paying off whatever account, settling. That's good. Okay. And typically creditors know that. Creditors are pretty smart. Bureaus are pretty smart. Typically people that have things that are in charge of status, the creditor knows, okay, well, this person genuinely had an accident. They could see on your credit report, okay, this guy has a medical collection. He had to pay it. Now he's in debt. Now his credit cards are nipped and cut off. They can see this. You can't fool these people, okay? You really can't. And so in the mix of doing credit repair, I only work with positive people that deserve to be helped. I don't believe everyone deserves credit repair. We don't do a business where, and this is important because this translates to the success that we have, because considering we don't help people that can't be helped, therefore our success ratio will be high. So if you're watching this and you legit are not doing the right thing, I'm sorry, you need to go see a psychiatrist or go to the temple or go pray to Buddha or whatever you got to do, light some incense, slaughter a lamb. I don't know what you have to do, but I will tell you this. You got to fix something up here, upstairs. Talk to the man upstairs, fix something upstairs. Talk to the man upstairs to fix something upstairs. Because, like I said, I ain't your daddy, I ain't your babysitter. I ain't your mama or your daddy, nor do I want to be. So, typically the people that I help are people that have businesses. I did the statistics, and the majority of the people that I help are people with businesses. Not that I'm targeting them, it's just that we tend to attract those types of individuals. So, if you're out here defrauding creditors, if you're out here like legit, a couple people come up to me and they're like, oh, I didn't pay them off my credit cards. You want me to remove those accounts? And then they want to talk about business funding. It's always the people that want to get business funding or get a car. One guy called me the other day. I made another video about this. He's like, yeah, I got to get these late payments removed, bro, because I need to get a car. I'm like, dude, you need to pay off those debts first, okay? Credit repair is not erasing your debt, okay? It's not. You can't hire me. I can wipe stuff off your report legally, but it's not. It's technically not erasing the debt. Now I can go into the assessment of those debts to unveil the reality and the truth of them, because you may perceive something as a debt in the sense that you owe it, but there's a lot of gray area there because there are stipulations within the law of statute of limitations in the Fair Debt Collections Practice Act and the Fair Credit Reporting Act that will negate and enable the debt collector to collect unauthorized debt. So it's about being able to distinguish what is actually debt and what is not, and how it was collected and the methods used to collect that debt. If it was, against the statutes and the codes of conduct, blah, 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 the powers that be, the law, right, then yeah, you can throw it off. You don't have to worry about it, okay? So those are some things that are important. But to make a long story short, if you're a dummy and if you're just out here scamming people and ripping off creditors and expecting me to fix your stuff, I ain't gonna work with you, right? Now you might get mad at this, you might get mad at me, and these are the types of people that don't like me, or the people that I tell them straight up, I'm like, dude, you got a problem. I ain't gonna help you, right? So if you have a bad attitude, usually people with a bad attitude that call me are typically the people that are up to no good. But the people that have a good attitude, the people that want to change, the people that really want to fix this stuff, they tend to have a lot of success. And those customers tend to pay me more, and I tend to have a better relationship with them because of the results they get, and that's why they pay me more. I have clients. If you're watching this and you're a current client, I might call you, I might text you right after this and give you some good news. So if you're one of them, look forward to my text, because there's about 50 people off the top of my head that I'm working on today personally, right? And we don't throw people under the bus. My customers, we give them peace of mind. My job is to get the negative items off and tell you where we're at. That's my job. It's like hiring a lawyer, all right? But we're not some Joe Schmo lawyer or law firm that sits here and, you know, sells our customers a pipe dream. You cannot have a sustainable business by doing that. You cannot do that, all right? We're a 10-year-old business, been doing this for a while. And although we're not perfect, we can make mistakes, just like any human, but our intention and our skill set is about getting these negative items off, using your consumer rights, and being really, really aggressive. It's the best fighting chance you have, and it's the quickest service out there because we cut straight to the chase. So to make a long story short, the people that we can't help are the people that are delinquently late, habitually late, have no intention to pay off their credit cards, and they don't have their priorities straight. How could you possibly even think about tomorrow if you don't care about today? This guy and many other people, they're like, oh, I need business funding. I'm like, dude, don't even think about business funding. Don't even think about getting a car. Why would you want to get a car right now? Why would you want to pay, first of all, the MSRP, retail for vehicles, decreases by at least 20%, 25%, 30% the day you drive it off the lot, okay? Because now it has miles on it. Now it has a note attached to it, right? Now there's tax attached to it. There's a tax that now there's commissions being paid to the dealer and salespeople. Now it's a loss. It's in a deficit, okay? Unless it's an exotic car or whatever, the interest and the amount you're paying for the loan, okay, you're underwater pretty much. You're negative. You're losing money. Then you're gonna risk not paying that, getting a late payment. Now your credit's effed up. Why do that? Why do you even need a brand new car? A car is 4 wheels, takes you to point A to point B. All right, you don't need to be vain and get a nice car and associate that with your value. What you need to do is erase all that crap. Focus on your credit report. Your credit report is your value. Okay, if I were to pull up everyone's credit report that's watching this, you know for a fact how good it is and how bad it is, where it's lacking, where it's not. Credit is as simple as this. I make a promise to you to do something, and then you do it. And then you do it enough times, I trust you, just like any relationship, any friendship, right? You know when you ask someone for help and they're there, or that one friend that's like, okay, yeah, I'll be there tomorrow, but they're not there. Yeah, don't be that guy. Remember the codes that I showed on one? I didn't fully show them because it's like, why would I show them to you and give you the, unfair competitive advantage? But anyway, he has the codes, and he didn't give me, so here's the thing about the founder of Lexington Law. He didn't give me shit. I had to get it from him. Meaning in the course of me working with him, I would give him files and he would charge me $750 to work on a file, and then I would have to mark it up $3,000 or $2,000 or $1,500 to double the profit, and then marketing, because back then we did different types of marketing and we had office, all that stuff. So yeah, I mean, very greedy. How can you scale a company like that? Anyway, that's neither here or there. You shouldn't be concerned about that, but the main thing is this. Like I said, I'm just trying to be transparent with you guys, right? He has the codes, I have a few, but there has to be more. Anyway, what he does, because he does stuff that I've never seen before. And I've talked to a lot of people, and I've ran into a lot of people, and a lot of people have wanted to work with Pinnacle, and a lot of people have wanted to work on files. I could show you emails in my LinkedIn. People call me from the Philippines, India, and even domestically in Texas, where we're at, you know, different parts of the country, and they want to work on files. People want to be affiliates, stuff like that. People want to be partners. We had a couple partners here, and we see how these people work. And if you were to analyze all of that information, and then we scrub the internet for data on credit repair, that's how we get our program works, right? And nothing can compare to the stuff that he did in theory, but it's also practicality, because he worked on several files. He worked on a lot of files. And the stuff that he would get, especially when we paid the premium, was just unreal. There's a video. If you go to my channel, I want to make sure that we can fact check everything here, because I don't want to, I'm not a wolf in sheep's clothing. I'll tell you that, all right? There's a lot of people online that are just talking too much, and they're trying to trick you. They're trying to target your emotions and get you to buy. Look at this. You look at my style, right? I don't push people to buy. In fact, I push people away and tell them, I throw a book at them and be like, hey, read the book. And salespeople would criticize me for that, and people will get mad at that. But you got to thank me, because imagine if I was on the phone with you and just really trying to sell you. Let me tell you something. I could be that guy. I could try to sell you, but to me, it's just not, it's not who I am. Maybe I should be a better salesman, right? Anyway, that's neither here or there. There's a video. You need to go back, go to one of my earliest videos where it's labeled remove. I'm going to leave a link in the description below of the video, so that way you can see it. But these are videos from a while back, like years ago. And these are the types of things that this guy would do. Now, it wasn't me. I'm not going to take credit for it. All right? I'm not going to take credit for people's work, because before, long ago, we had a dispute team that would do the files. Now I do them. And this is the stuff that I learned. And from these files, I figured out how to do it, and I was able to duplicate it for many people. This would be my premium service. If you already tried the service, you guys know how good it is. If you're new to it, you might want to pay attention to it. Anyway, I'll leave a link in the description below of this video. That way you can see the time lapse of this and then where we are at currently, because it's all about understanding our success throughout time. It's not, we don't want to be viewed as a fluke where, oh, it works for a couple files and then these files it doesn't, but we don't want to show those files. No, this is something very consistent. But as I mentioned before in this video, if you're just a degenerate, I'm sorry to break it to you. I don't want to be derogative or rude or anything, but I'm just going to be flat out. Call me a drill sergeant. I'm very blunt and frank. If you don't like that, and if you're offended and that hurts your feelings, I don't know what to tell you, sweetheart. Like, I'm not your mom or your daddy. I'm just here to get paid and work on files and get people results. Brass tacks. That's just how I am. All right? There's a link in the description. Watch the video. Oh, and by the way, in case you didn't know, it's 6 in the morning right now. I just woke up. That's why it looked like this. All right? I'm about to run. I don't know how long, but I'm gonna run until my legs fall off, but I can't run too far because I have to work on those 50 files. That's all I'm doing today, working on 50 files. I'm not doing any marketing. I'm not doing it. I posted this video for you guys. I'm gonna see how quick it takes to upload, but right now, I'm telling you right now, it's, oh shoot, it's not even 6 yet, it's 5. So hopefully I'll be able to upload this video by 6, but if it's not, then you know what time it is. But anyway, good morning, people. Click the link in the video.